Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking a look at another one of Demoniacal Fit's figures. This is the newest one, Ultimate Atrocious, otherwise known as the Crimson Masked Saiyan, or otherwise known as Xeno Goku Black from Dragonball Heroes. So yeah, before I say anything else, let me start off by saying I do have the Kong Super Saiyan 3 Rose ordered. As soon as that's available, it'll get shipped to me and I'll review it and I'll compare it against this guy. But yeah, just in case anything I say comes across a bit harsh towards Kong in this review, because a lot of people love giving Kong Studios or Beast Deities, whatever they're calling themselves these days, a pass because of how good the figures look. But yeah, without going into any more, let's take a look at the box, shall we? So, got the usual box from Demoniacal Fit. Still taking inspiration, shall we say, from the event exclusive boxes from Figure Arts. Demoniacal Fit 2024. Warning, choking hazard, don't eat it. And yeah, box is a little bit bashed. I can't complain too much because this literally came from China in like under a week, which is unheard of. Yeah, so some nice pictures on the back showing it. There's a blurb, and yeah, let's get the box out of the way, because what everyone wants to see is this guy. So we'll show off his accessories first. He comes with the alternate base form head, which bizarrely enough, if you look at that and then compare it to the mould for Demoniacal Fit's base form Goku, it's the same mould. They've copied it across, but, and here's the unfortunate caveat, Goku's faces do not work with Goku Black's faces, because they went with, if I can get that out of there, they went with the full power Goku face plates, which I'm assuming that's so that if you wish you can put that face on that body. But yeah, bit of a shame, because Demoniacal Fit's base form head mould is really, really nice. But yeah, the reds on the mask are actually inlaid. They're not just printed on, which gives it a nice sort of textured look. And yeah, the eyes on there nicely, it's printed on. Kong Studios, for whatever reason, made that a separate piece and it looked off. Yes, I have watched all the reviews. He comes with an alternate Super Saiyan 2 Rose hairpiece, which, to be honest, is probably what I'll be displaying him with. Yeah, it's pink. It goes into like a lighter pink, almost white at the tips, which is a really nice look, to be honest. He comes with an alternate rose head, looking down and off to the side. That was one of his poses in Heroes. So yeah, looks nice. I feel as if the details of these faces are good, but because Kong used like separate pieces for the mask and the faces, they managed to get a bit more detail in there. But it's still nice. As for hands, we get a pair of splayed open hands. I like these hands because, unlike Kong's, they've actually got the sleeve attached. A pair of sort of posy pointing hands, pair of relaxed hands, pair of grippy martial arts hands, and finally one hand which is in the exact same shape as a Vegeto's hands. So this is for the Keyblades. So yeah, nice touch that they included that. And finally, he has a pair of fists on him out of the box. So yeah, let's take a look at the figure now. So yeah, first off, really liking that hair. I know it's just copied one for one from the Full Power Goku release, but I really like the shading and stuff that they've done with it. Really like that. Let's pop that off and put the Super Saiyan 2 hair on, just to show that off for a bit. And yeah, I love that. It still amazes me how Tamashii managed to get a Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 head sculpt just by changing the bangs. Yeah, really like that. Really like that. As for other details, it's looking pretty decent. Obviously, point of contention with some folk is that this is a 2.0 body instead of 3.0, which is what Kong went for. And to that, like, basically I see, like, this figure was being designed years before Kong even decided to come up with theirs. I mean, to be fair, it was probably put on the back burner, because, not defending them or anything, Demoniacal Fit does tend to hold off on releasing some of their figures until they know if a competitor's doing the same one, just so they can capitalise on it at the same time. It's a devious business move, but it's a smart one. You can't deny that. Yeah, but also, like, Kong's version, much more represents, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Kong's version is a bit more bulky, because that's what the Gohan mold for 3.0 was. They didn't really change it much. They just used it as the base mold and then changed it to fit Goku Black, which makes him look a bit too bulky in my opinion. Kong's mold is amazing from what I've seen, and like I said, I will be reviewing it when I get the Super Saiyan 3 Rose. But the reason I got the Super Saiyan 3 version was because that fits, like, that design a lot more, and it fits the Full Power Rose a lot more than it does the Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2. I think the thinner proportions of the 2.0 body actually lend well to this one. Plus, like, this is half the price of Kong's. Like, you really can't complain that much. But yeah, going off on a tangent again. But yeah, the details all look nice, and they're all painted really well. And yeah, let's take a look at articulation. So the head, I'm not sure if there's something wrong with my neck, but it doesn't seem to move, like, at all. I have tried, and it doesn't seem to do much. So yeah, you can look up that far. You can look down slightly, but it starts popping off the hairpiece. The arms can go up that far. Still using a silly cap piece, which is unfortunate. But it does have a nice, really nice butterfly, which can go forward really far. can swivel at the bicep, double joint at the elbow, which gets past 90, hinge and swivel at the wrist. Kong's version has rubber overlay for this piece. Kong's just moulded it, which I can see why they did it. It's simpler, less breakage, although the Kong's version does look better, I will give them that. But yeah, you can get forward, crunch back ever so slightly, and yeah. Also, Demoniacal Fit are reusing this body for the Xeno Goku, with the sort of red cloak. So yeah, that works for them. The rubber piece doesn't seem as easy to move as Kong's. Seems quite thick up here, round about the waist area, which is a bit unfortunate. It does still get out of the way though, which is fine. 2.0 legs, which in my opinion are still a bit superior, because you can do that. And you've got a lot more movement back and front, so you can kick forward that much. Double joint at the knee. He does have thigh rotation, no boot rotation, but he does have foot rotation. Looks like that's, unfortunately, yeah, just a double ball peg, which, yeah, that's a bit disappointing. Demoniacal Fit. So it gets about that much either way. Barely goes forward. Well, it goes forward, it barely goes back, and toe articulation. So yeah, all in all, it's a decent figure. Like I said, Kong's body does fit the Super Saiyan 3 mould a lot better, but not so much base form Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2, especially for Rose. So I am happy with this one. As I said before, Super Saiyan 3, Rose from Beast Deities or Kong, whatever you want to call them, is coming. But at the end of the day, like, we're all collectors, folks. Like, it shouldn't be a competition as to who buys what. Like, if you prefer Kong, that's fine. If you prefer Demoniacal Fit, that's fine as well. I personally prefer Demoniacal Fit because they're more affordable for most people. I mean, I don't know where Kong gets off charging upwards of 70 quid for, like, basically a remold of a figure. I mean, look at Demoniacal Fit. This is a 3.0. This is a remold, the same as Goku Black's was. And that one is only a bit more expensive than this guy. Like, I think I paid 45 for him, and I paid 35 for this one. That's in pounds, by the way. So yeah, at the end of the day, folks, get what you prefer, but don't attack or taunt others for liking something different. That's just childish behaviour, in my opinion. So yeah, guys, before we go, I'll show what the base form head looks like on here. There we go. And yeah, it's a bit longer on the neck, but it looks the part. It looks really nice. So yeah, guys, that will do it for this review and or discussion. Like I said before, I'll compare this with the Kong one once I get the Super Saiyan 3 Rose in. But until then, I'll see y'all later.